If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what do you do when you're approached by a nosy neighbor and they want to know exactly what you're up to and what's going on? How do you deal with it and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. Okay, this happens probably, depending upon your team, once a month to at least one technician that you're on site, or even a salesperson. You're on site and you're talking to Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, and somebody just shows up from next door. What are you doing? What's going on? Tell me about the situation. And really, the homeowner doesn't want them there. They're just out there flexing. Yep. Oh, I'm going to flex. I'm going to flex. They're just there to flex. They're just there to be nosy. So you do have a couple of things that you can do. One, this was always my approach. Who are you? Why are you here? And go grab the homeowner. Dude from next door is here. Did you want him to know your business? Nope. Go outside. Sorry, Mrs. Jones don't want you to be here. You got to go. Two, are you, like, you could do the third baseman close like they do in car sales. Are you paying for part of this deal? Are you paying for all of this deal? Or are you co-signing? Right? Like, and if they're not, you can say, peace out, Girl Scout, you gots to go. I'm not talking to you. And the reason for this is multiple. Sometimes the nosy neighbor is so nosy that they just go out and they create a bunch of havoc and they create some problems and they create some issues and they have no reason to be there except for they're just curious. So this would happen too. You would be out on me. I'd be out on a condenser. I'd be out on a heat pump and somebody would look over the fence and say, hey, what's going on over there? Hey, I'm here working on a system. Well, what's going on? I don't know yet. Well, you've been here for a while. Yep. Well, are you going to tell me what's going on? Probably not. Well, why not? Because you're not the homeowner. Oh, well, they're a friend of mine. Great. Like, short answers. Short answers. Okay? Like, wish I could help you. I'm just here. Well, what's this kind of part cost? Well, I don't know. Well, you work on this stuff? Yep. Well, I have a friend that does capacitors for $42. Okay. Like, I would do everything I can to not engage in that conversation because I know where it's going. Because that's the dude, that's the chick that'll walk to the door and say, hey, I've got a friend in the business. I get the best guy ever. And, you know, I got to be Captain Save a Homeowner. Well, be aware that this person's there to just throw salt in your game. And this right here is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel, which means go to that URL, type it in, drop in your name, your email address, your phone number, probably 3 pieces of information. And so this is about where I get people piping in. Hey, I'm a homeowner and this is my job and my role and responsibility to protect my neighbors and protect my neighborhood from scandalous heating and air technicians. Look, 1% to 2% of the population of heating and air techs are scandalous and they do the wrong thing. It's not everybody, right? Just save yourself because I don't care. And if you put something in the chat, I will literally put, I don't care. But I want to give you a caveat, okay? There is the Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones that is elderly that should, absolutely should have somebody else there to have the conversation with them. You know, when I was a sales manager, I'm going to go back in the day. When I was a sales manager, we had a rule that if anybody was over 80, somebody had to be around for that contract to be signed. Somebody had to be there to have the conversation, right? And the reason for it was we just didn't want somebody coming back and saying, you took advantage of my mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, my neighbor. We would say, great, we may lose this deal. Somebody may go out and shop this deal. But what we don't have to worry about is ending up on the news. What we don't have to worry about is a big neighborhood fight. What we don't have to worry about is all the drama that goes along with it. And if we lose a deal because of it, we're probably going to be okay. So be aware that there is a caveat to, like, who do we have this conversation with? There are some times where you end up in the neighbor's power of attorney. There are some times where the neighbor looks out for each other. Fantastic. No problem, right? I don't have any problem with that. My problem was always Captain Save a Homeowner. My problem was always the person that was trying to stir garbage and create a fight and create a problem and create an issue, right? That's the nosy person that you really don't want to have to deal with, because at the end of the day, they're just there to throw salt in your game. They're just there to create problems. So I would encourage you to get with your manager or your owner at some point and say, how do you want me to deal with the nosy neighbor? Okay, that's one thing. And then how would you like me to collaborate and work with the person who is there to truly help the homeowner next door? Because I'm not a scam artist. I resent when people come to me and they're like, you're a fake, you're a phony, you're a fraud, no matter what capacity that I'm in. Like, they know nothing about me and it's an automatic assumption, right? I think that sucks. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.